that it is mustahab for a person to sleep in darkness. So it's recommended that a person switches off his lights, and it's recommended that there's no lamps, etc., like they used to have at that time. There is one thing that people are negligent of, I feel are negligent of, which is that they leave their doors open whilst they are sleeping. The Prophet ﷺ, we know the narrations that if a person enters his home, he doesn't say Bismillah, the shaitan enters with him and he says, yeah, we've got somewhere to stay. And then when he starts eating and he doesn't say Bismillah, then they say, yeah, we've got somewhere to eat. We know those narrations. But there is a narration where the Prophet ﷺ said that if you say Bismillah whilst you close the door, the shayateen do not have the power to open that door. The shayateen don't have the power to open that door. Now, the ulama, Shaykh Salih al-Shaykh, others from the ulama have discussed this also, from the ulama from before also, Ibn Rajab, they've said that every single room in your house is a bait in itself. So your bait is your bait. The ghurfa in your house, the room, each single room has its own separate hukm, because every single one of them have a door. So that narration, when you open the door and say Bismillah and you enter, is talking about your front door, but is it talking about your living room door and your kitchen door and your bathroom door and your bedroom door? The answer is yes. So imagine you entered your house, you forgot to say Bismillah. I'm sure we don't do that, but I'm sure, imagine, you opened the door, you went inside, you closed the door, you forgot to say Bismillah. It is possible that the shayateen, it's not guaranteed, but it's possible. Shayateen entered. Now, when you go to your bedroom and you remember now to say Bismillah, the shayateen may be in there in the house, but when you say Bismillah and you close the door, it's shut. They can't enter that one. So this is one of the things that the ulama have said, that you should close the doors, you should say Bismillah over it, you should put out the lights, you should sleep in darkness. And this reduces the effects of shayateen whilst you are sleeping. Also, another thing which is slightly different, but we're talking about closing the doors, which is that we know that the shayateen love to be in impure places. And we find this in many homes, is that they leave the bathroom doors open. Maybe ventilation, whatever, but they leave the bathroom doors open. Applying that hadith is very important, that we should close the doors, even for the bathroom, especially for the bathroom. Also, the windows. We know that the Prophet ﷺ said that there is a time in the evening when they become even more shayateenic, if that's a word. But that continues at night also. We should be careful with our windows also. However, the ulama, Ibn Barra, Abdul Barra, and others from the ulama have said that if you need to, then there is no harm in that. But what we're saying is that these are things that people are generally negligent of. But if you need to leave the door open, for example, your kids are sleeping in the other room and you want to hear them, or, for whatever reason, there is a reason for you. You're feeling hot, so you leave. That is fine, bi'idhnillah. You should still say the name over them, over Allah, over the doors and the windows, but that shouldn't be the default. Also, which has become another thing that people have become negligent on, which is that people do not go to sleep early. And the ulama, no difference on opinion on this. After Salatul Isha, there is no excuse for a person to stay awake, unless if it is for the sake of getting